What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, closet swing traders? A little gap down. So let me change that. A big old massive gap down. That's more like it. That's more like it. Well, we got Jay in the house. What's up, Jay? Andrew's here. Bill, Matt, Mike is in the house. Brandon, Brian, Christopher, Cindy, Daniel, JW, Jake, Phelps, Jay Linder, we got Jay, we got Jill, Jim, Joe, John, Juan. Whew, this is so long, crazy today. You guys are still piling in. We got Matt, Marcus, Matt R. We got Rick in the house, Rick G, Sylvan, Tony, Tyler, Vinman, all my people on YouTube. We got Maggie. I'm not sure if I said Maggie. Oh man, what is happening? What is happening? We'll try to take a dive down through these markets. Let me get a quick screen share get going. There it is. We'll start with SPY. I believe so I was up at like 5 a.m. today, just because I woke up. I looked at the markets. I'm like, all right, gapping a little bit. And then I looked, I was like, oh, North Korea, ballistic missiles. That should do it. That would do it. So I haven't seen anything since. I did go back to sleep and then I woke up later and I was like, okay. So we're going to dive through the current state of the market together is what that means. So Bombay, all access pass. Black screen. Yeah. It's we had to push it to YouTube. Now you just get audio out there. Mom, Dad, that's it. So let me see targets on SPY where we're at for the actual market itself. Obviously gapping down. Everything is pretty much having a decently wide gap. That tends to be the market fades up higher at the beginning of the day. So we might see a little bit of a fade higher. It's possible. The location of this gap, though, for the SPY, I have to go all the way back to, let me switch this over to hourly. I might have to even go daily on this gap. It's so crazy. What level? All right, so we are at a little bit of support from, this looks like are we pre-COVID level? No, not yet. So February 16th, we're at February 16th. There is a little bit of a pivot, a little bit of support. We might get a tiny bounce for the market. I was waiting for some kind of just massive gap down in the actual market itself to kind of come in. So we might actually run a little bit bullish at open. Otherwise, we're in territories where you can't even pretty much use VPOC or you'd have to. That's crazy. Vinman says, I'm looking for a bounce at 385 for the SPY, possible bounce. Yeah. That would make sense. Market opens, obviously, anything to do with ballistic missiles, and the market might want to go a little nuts. Again, we're down a lot. We're down very quick. I still think overall market sentiment is very bearish. However, we sold the last couple days and now we're gapping down. There is definitely people, this market, it's not like COVID where you wake up one day and all of a sudden the market just dropped 8,000 points. You're like, the market's given us time to get into short, to buy puts. A gap down like this, to me, would say, all right, let's take some profits and lock it to the short side. That's how I would be thinking on this one. So we'll see. The Qs, yep, big gap down. Obviously, tech still completely weak. A lot of days in a row of pure, absolutely mind-blowing selling, panic in the markets for sure. And then we get this little bit of a gap down. On the SPY, though, I mean, on the Qs itself, if we do get a push higher, the spies actually, I mean, the Qs are a little bit different than the spies. Actually, yeah, no. So what I would be thinking is we get some kind of a pretty much a full on retest. We reject that, and then we could actually see somewhere closer to 272, 273. Let's go 274. Let's play it safe. 274. Again, that'd be a huge move. That's a 20-point move in the $20 move in the Qs. But that would be my next target. So my next target would be we get rejected. So I do think retest on the Qs, right back to open. We reject there. The plan would be to short from that point, and I think we get down to eventually 273, 274. I don't know about today. That would be incredible. Wasn't the SPY low pandemic 35% of the recent high at that time? Wasn't the pandemic SPY low? I thought it was more than that on the SPY. Let me see. Let me scroll back real quick. Yeah, but you're talking about all-time high from all-time low, right? Yeah, we definitely got through previous pivots. I think, well, yeah. So I think the market probably did pull back roughly about 35%. It looks like roughly 35%, correct. But so I was thinking about this too, and we'll definitely cover some other stocks. I just don't think investors or people in the market, whether they're playing the market as a video game or they're investing into things, I think not most, but a good portion of people still in the market, they have no idea as far as like they weren't really around in the markets, a lot of them in 2008 when the housing market crashed. They weren't around during the .com bubble. They weren't around in the 1987 crash. Like this is still new territory. So I still don't think there's enough fear out in the markets in a weird way. Like crypto, yet last night, let me pull up where crypto is. Bitcoin, I know at like 5 a.m, it was like 26,000 or something. Where's it at now? Did Bitcoin recover a little bit? Yeah, 28,000. So it was like 25,000. But last night I was getting texts like, "Hey, is now the time to buy Bitcoin?" From multiple people, like multiple, and I'm like, I feel like the bottom would actually be a time where just nobody is even looking at it. Like I don't think there's enough fear. I think there's still the buy the dip mentality in a lot of the market, which is fine. I mean, you're gonna have to buy somewhere if you want to get into the market. But realistically, this market could sell off a lot more. And I think when we get to the point where the buy the dip people start fading away is more of the time to get in. And I think we have a lot, just the fact that Bitcoin pulled back incredible, crazy amounts. We're still getting texts of like, should I buy yet? Like there's no fear. It's still an opportunity. It's not like, oh man, is that the right decision? So yeah, long term you win. So by the way, I'm not opposed to buying anywhere on anything. I just don't think, I think the people trying to come in are just like, they don't understand. It could pull back a lot more. Tesla below 700 at the open. Let me see if I can find targets for this. Again, probably I would lean to it. We're at the point where now the risk to reward is really to the upside of things. Oh man, yeah. Tesla looks like a beautiful bouncing opportunity. Maybe maybe we could get a little bit more of a sell-off to, I'm going to set an alarm there for sure. 671.77. That's going to be my bounce spot for Tesla. But I wouldn't be opposed at the open, but I think I think that retest would be beautiful. So again, maybe a quick little freak out panic at the beginning. Otherwise, I think the opportunity is actually to the upside today. Matt says I'm bullish on TDoc. I mean, good for you. I mean, you're on the Kathy 5-year plan. That's all right. As long as you got 5 years. Kathy, she's promised. She's promised. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. And let me pull up NVIDIA. Tesla actually looks like a really nice long. Just based solely on location. Again, if we get a candle or two that sells off, that'd be perfect. It might be tough for me to go long with a 10 EMA. That's going to be the issue. Because we need that to kind of be in unistep. NVIDIA. NVIDIA still has a little bit more to go. NVIDIA can sell off. So I'd be looking for probably the initial bounce somewhere around 151.98. Somewhere in that zone, 151.98. So it still has some room to go. Again, it would be a retest gap. I guess retest gaps still work in this market. We're about to find out in 17 minutes. But yeah, I'd probably be looking this one. I wouldn't be as excited to go bullish on. Tesla's very close to a spot where I think we could get bullish. NVIDIA could go either way. I'll play whichever candle. So, for instance, if we get a red candle out of the gate, I don't mind taking this one bullish. It definitely is a retest gap. We probably only get about $5 the upside. I would almost prefer in this one we just let this one go, and we play the downside. I think that's how I'm going to look for NVIDIA. So this one we might get a 10 EMA. It just would be later in the day. I will. So on this one, and technically Tesla as well, I probably will get the retest. I probably will get the 10 EMA play, but they would have to be in bearish directions. Which NVIDIA, I don't mind. NVIDIA, if we get one, I still don't mind shorting this one. Tesla, I'm going to not probably take it bearish. Matt says NVIDIA pulled out of buying ARM. It's because they lost all their money. They were so confident when they had $320 a share. They were like, wow, let's see what can we buy today. AMD still looks a little bit more like NVIDIA. I think AMD still has some ways to go too. Just looking at targets. So we still have, we're not really, I think we're still inside yesterday's range. Is that right? We're very close to it. So this one might not even qualify on a 10 EMA strategy, but I'm looking for 85.71 to hold. That would be my bounce spot to go long. As a day trade, not a swing trade. Otherwise, I'm looking for like 81.76-ish. I think a little bit longer term could be a good bounce spot to buy some shares, something like that. All right, let's check it out. DAL. Yates says, I thought it was disallowed by regulators. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see a deal. But what I did see yesterday was a CBOE and ARCA exchanges. They had something to do with like they were declaring self-help or something. I don't know. Where basically like the spreads on those options on those exchanges were so massive. Like from what the actual reality was, I don't think that's happened since where they actually they were refusing to place orders through. I don't think that has happened since 2016 was the last time that's happened. So it is just weird that you just get bad news and bad news stacked at the same time. It's very, very curious how that would go down. And then like you wake up and then there's North Korea ballistic missiles. You're like, did they all have like a email calendar invite to have everything go bad at the same time? Like, very strange. But like on that bullish market, nothing. There was no bad news came out at all. As well as the Great Reset. Delta, I probably will not be trading Delta just because I think the ranges are still very tight for me. I'll have it on the chart. Maybe we do take something, but I think we need probably a bullish run up until about 37.61. If we could get that, that would take us to 36.82 ish. So again, it's tight little range. UAL off the list seems good. Yeah, I don't know. It's just been in a wide range. There's been some days where we could take advantage of stuff. It's actually cutting through some stuff, but I'd almost want to see a breakdown of. Obviously, I'd still be leaning short. I think at open probably bullish. The bigger target is about 36.48. If that thing breaks, then I think we're pretty much back in play on that one. And let's take a look at AAPL, which had a pretty horrible, disastrous, no good for anybody type of day yesterday. Which it says I'm stepping in front of another train, trying to get it along there today. You're like a cat, which you got 9 lives, so you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Yep. So Apple looks like the rest of the market. Apple, we will have the ability to trade at open. The ability would be to the bearish direction. Let me see targets on this one. Again, yeah, we're pulling into a little bit of consolidation. I would expect a bounce higher actually on Apple. 143. I would take the bounce into roughly about probably into about 146.90, and that's a place to reverse. If we do break down though, we could make a case. Yeah, the opportunity is going to be more to the long side on it, whether we break down or not. Otherwise, to the downside, we're looking at maybe 142.37. We're looking at 141.24. So honestly, I mean, obviously in this bearish market, it's very tough to go counter trend. I think we get better risk reward to the upside. The bounce for Apple, at least where I think it would be, is pretty much right now where it's opening. I would almost think that it pushes bullish out of the gate. But if that does not happen, we do get some kind of freak off, sell off type candle. 141.40 would be the one. I think that would be the bounce spot. And if that one breaks, the low of today, I think would be 139.98. If that one breaks, we're in some trouble. But yeah, we're getting down there to a range where I think we start to hold a little bit. And bullish is the direction. So I know you guys all came in think I was going to be a big bear like Maloney, but I'm not. I didn't say I was going to be right either. So we'll see what happens. But I do think Hector's in the house. What's up, Hector? I do think bullish would be a little more appropriate. Try to play that retest. It's going to be tough on the 10 EMA. That's what I'm looking for. The only one I'm kind of okay with still shorting would be NVIDIA, but honestly, that could go either way. I would prefer a retest bullish on NVIDIA as well. Coinbase is chilling. If you have any other fellow train jumper, yep, me and Woodshed just traveling around the U.S. jumping trains. Oxy started paying dividends, I heard. I feel like Buffett knew. I think he knew they were going to pay it. You big massive run. Obviously, you got big teddy bear Buffett in there. That's going to put a lot of institutional investors in. That's going to put a lot of probably retirement funds. I think it's going to be acting a little slow as far as movement very soon, at least. We have a little bit of a gap down. You're still in a very big consolidation range. And yeah, it's not tradable. If you're still in bullish, be bullish until I would say probably 57, 58. Like if that starts to break, realistically 53.01 would be like that. That's the okay, I'm definitely out zone. But right now you're just chopping. You still, I would lean bullish. I mean, momentum, everything, direction's bullish. And it's really tough to find a bullish stock in these type of markets. So if you're already in bullish, where else are you going to go? What else are you going to do? 137.55 for Apple, and then to a new all-time high. Maybe that's your personal wish. It could be, but I mean, we could start an organization and make wishes together. You know, I feel like the power of team comes into play. Apple is no longer the world's most valuable company. I read that the other day. It's now back to Saudi oil taken back. What's a XOM? XOM getting crushed at the open. This one's probably a good short, actually. This one could be a decent short. So they actually were having a relatively bullish day. We've been pushing up pretty high. This one, the only thing obviously is that we're still stacked bullish on a daily chart. And some of those support averages are going to come in, but you actually had a reversal candle yesterday. This will be a gap and go. Again, yeah, probably wouldn't mind fading. Probably wouldn't mind taking out some puts on XOM. What else is moving? What about BABA? Did the Chinese stocks react at all? Yep, small little gap down, nothing too crazy. Looking at some kind of continuation, so nothing too exciting there. We looked at coin yet? We got 6 more minutes to the open. Ooh. Coin not really doing too much. Honestly, the Tesla bullish play might be my favorite today. Unity Software got their butts kicked on earnings, pretty much flat. Disney had earnings yesterday, so Disney, they were good and then they're not, but then they're good again, but then they're not, and then they're good, but then they're just not. Little whipsaw action. Subscribers grew on the Disney Plus platform, and then they started to sell from conference call time on. Probably this one does go a little bit lower. I could actually see this one breaching 100, looking at maybe $95, possibly 90. But again, and I know there's lots of controversy with Disney right now. You go woke, you go broke. I believe there's some t-shirts made. But longer term business wise, like, yeah, I don't think they go anywhere. So if you're looking for a good company to get in on, obviously if the market comes all the way down, like Disney's going to come with it. There's no reason why Disney would be immune to the entire market continuing to sell off. This thing sold a lot though. So buying some shares slowly makes sense at $100. I could see it definitely coming lower though. Boeing. Wait, what did Matt say? To add positive news ticker says this day in market history, margin calls trigger Black Friday in Germany. In 1927. The more you know. The more you know. Boeing not doing too much. Beyond can't catch a break. Let's check out Beyond. Whew. This is beyond a dream for them. This is more, they've pushed it into nightmare realm. I guess nobody likes Beyond anymore. Yep, so earnings play and it is down. It is also massively sold off. Like this is a company where I would see something like that, and normally I'm like, all right, this could go lower, but can it? I don't know. Yeah, probably to zero. Do I feel comfortable going bearish here? Not after that sell off. No, I don't know. Someone discovered cows. I heard that was the craziest invention of 2022. Cows. It's nuts. Let's see. There was, I think, one more ticker that came in. TPR. Otherwise, if I missed your ticker, I'm sorry. Oh, tapestry looks different. Does look different. Actually, we're getting a bullish gap and go. I don't know if they work anymore in these markets, but good volume last couple days actually, and depending on where we open, we might actually clear 2 days. Definitely clearing 1 day, trapping some bears there. You might see a little bit of a push. You could. I mean, the trend has been down. You're not really gapping over like a whole bunch of people, but you're covering 1 day, so it might be a small move potentially. And then you're going to run into some of those moving averages, which again is going to cause a little bit of issues. But we have 2 minutes left until the market opens. So all my friends on YouTube, make sure they have it. There's a new algorithm YouTube put out. If you hit that little like button, your portfolios tend to go green for the day. It's pretty crazy. So if you guys want to hit that little like button, it's not even for me, it's for you guys at this point. And make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys hit all of the new content, new videos that Real Life puts out. Stay up to date on the markets. Unfortunately, though, this is about the time where we got to start to part ways, YouTube family. However, it doesn't have to be. It could be different. We could definitely have a different, relationship together for sure. We have that all access pass. I mean, you could be rocking with Real Life Trading from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. at night. So basically, if you're at home and you like look around right now, you got some dirty clothes on the ground. You haven't touched in a while. You got some dirty dishes in the sink. You left your garbage cans out for the last 3 days. You got a lot of responsibilities. And say you're at home right now and your spouse is just there and she's like, how come you don't do anything? Like you just stay in front of the computer all day. You're by yourself. Well, it doesn't have to be that way. Realistically, YouTube, if you take advantage of the all-day pass, you could be hanging out Real Life Trading all day. And then you could tell your spouse, like, listen, I'm working right now. I'm working. Real Life Trading's on. I will get to those chores later. I promise. That's how it could be. It could be like all day. You could be pushing all of the chores off till Saturday, Sunday for sure, right? Because at 8 o'clock at night, you're not going to want to do anything anyway. But this is the time I got to let you guys go. I will catch all of you guys later out in YouTube land, and I will see all of you guys later.